Welcome to Survival Theory. So I've been pretty busy lately, and I'll show you what I've been doing. You've seen some of my videos on gardening, and I was proud of my garden. I liked it. It was pretty good, but I'm going to take it much more seriously now with the proper assortment of vegetables and fruit trees, and I'm just trying to do everything I can to produce as much as I can. And once everything is produced, and then comes the learning curve of, canning. So the idea is to produce more than I eat and then can some. That way I can stop buying these ever-increasing canned goods. So ever-increasing cost of these canned goods. So that's what I've been doing. I haven't been on any camping trips because every minute I'm not working, I'm out here trying to invest my time in this gardening. I think it's a pretty serious thing to do now. At first I thought, well, I don't really have time for this because I want to get back into being outdoors. And, well, I am outdoors. So, yeah, this is my outdoors event right now, getting this garden ready. And with all the things going on in the world right now, gee whiz, all those crazy preppers, hoarding food and all that. Man, it's time to get on board that train. Better start prepping and gathering your foods and learning how to garden, or get your garden serious. Times are changing very fast, very fast. So if you've watched some of my past garden videos, this was that garden. I've shot a lot of videos out here. And it's your typical raised bed garden. I had different sizes of raised beds all through here. I built a garden shed right there out of old windows and old siding, stuff like that. And so over the years, I guess over the past 12, 13, 14 years, this location is unsuitable for gardening. Because over time, the trees have grown up enough to where there's really too much shade here. It just doesn't get enough sunlight to produce a lot of fruit. And in addition to that, when there's a heavy rain, and like a biblical flood kind of rain, water will wash through here as high as these beds and damage a lot of soil and plants. Those occasional spring rains, because it runs off through this creek here. This dirt has been built up to be some pretty fine soil, good quality soil over the years. I want to get all this I can and leave as many roots as I can. Transfer this good soil to the other garden. Took a long time to get this soil this good. Putting fertilizer in there, crushed leaves and sticks, earthworms, all kinds of goodies. So this is quite a bit of work, and it's February, so I've got to get busy. It's late February. I'm going to move this by hand without machinery. Well, except maybe my riding lawnmower. I think I'll use my riding lawnmower to help me. I had a huge compost pile there filled with leaves. And it actually worked great because you see how it's compressed down to where it doesn't even look like a pile anymore inside there. That's actually very fine soil and mulch. Kind of compressed down. The problem is the roots have come up through it. Now I just threw that up real quick, so I'm going to build a proper one with a bottom on it to where water can get through but roots can't come up through it. So I can have a proper compost pile. I've been taking apart this fence by hand. My goal is right now just to remove things that are in the way so I can roll that shed on over to the new location. things. I've got to stub out this PVC water supply so I can roll right over it. I pulled up this decorative fencing that was around part of the garden. It is just decorative because I had wire fence to keep out squirrels and rabbits. So I dug up this trellis, whatever you call it, and dug it up, leaned it over by myself, and rolled it from over there. I just put 2 4-inch pipes down, and look at this. Yep. Whoa. Just barely touch it, it rolls. So I can roll that anywhere I need to effortlessly. So this is where I'm moving the new garden. It's a pretty big, expansive area. I got all this area here. It looks shady right now. It gets plenty of sun in the morning, and especially during the day, and in the afternoon it's patchy. And a lot of this shade is just from all this yopon. So I'll probably end up cutting down a lot of this yopon, getting it down to 3 or 4 feet high, so that it'll create a barrier privacy fence around the garden, but allow the sun to shoot over the top and into this area. So I've got these old fiberglass rings here. These make great beds. Wish I had more of them, but I have 3. It's not too bad. Now I have all this old tin roof, and this is like heavy gauge too. There's a lot of it. It's all messed up, like half rusted, and it's pretty cool. I thought about using this for the raised beds, but I'm actually going to build a spike fence out of that. Keep my neighbor's eye off my property. Guarantee me some privacy. But you can't see through that. I'm going to build a fence out of that. So my first purchase for the new garden was actually this greenhouse. It's like, I don't know, it's 20 foot by 10 or 12 foot, something like that. And it's pretty dang cheap. It worked to preserve my house plants in the winter time. And I'm thinking about buying a couple more to get some garden stuff going back there. Roma tomatoes, beets, radish. The radish are coming up. Thyme, eggplant. What do we got here? Brussels sprouts, Texas longhorn okra. Let's see, that's orange bell peppers, more tomatoes, oregano, cilantro, rainbow carrots, red bell pepper, dark zucchini, yellow squash, corn. The corn is coming up. Now most of these seeds are seeds I pulled out of the fruit from past harvest in my garden. They're heirloom seeds. And some of them I bought years ago. I don't have any seeds newer than, say, 3 or 4 years old. So I'm happy to see some things coming up. Some of these are really old seeds. And maybe some of them won't come up. But, we won't know until we try. And here I got some Ovaltine growing. Now this takes a long time to bloom, but it should be ready to harvest this fall. It's rich chocolate too, that's awesome. So this is sunflower. Little seeds are starting to come up. That's some kind of fruit tree right there that I got off the side of the highway. I'm trying to see if these sticks will root, but maybe not. So people, if you're not gardening, I recommend you get into it in one way or another, either guerrilla gardening or container gardening on your balcony or your porch or in your yard or in your flower beds. Or if you're like me, you can actually build a garden area. You know, build what's appropriate for your area. Where I am, and the soil quality in the ground and all that, I'm better off with raised bed. You may have good soil where you can plow up the ground, or, you know, it just depends on where you are, weather conditions, the zone, all that scientifically stuff. And action. Well, thanks for watching Survival Theory. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I didn't hide. I don't have time to hide. I got stuff to do. I got a garden to build.